Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. My partner Kevin Kauffman, or maybe I should refer to him as my former partner Kevin Kauffman, is a little scared of the camera today. For those of you that watched yesterday's video, Kevin was a little uncomfortable. So if the camera is shaking very poorly right now, I do apologize. Kevin's still a little nervous. I think they're seasick at home now, Kevin. Well, hey, we got to regroup here a little bit because yesterday was quite a detour from where we have been going in this whole Short Sale Power Hour series, the first 30 days. So I'm going to recap a little bit for you. For those of you that are maybe just joining us for your first time today or haven't gone back and watched the videos over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about the first 30 days and the importance of the first 30 days in successfully closing short sales. I should introduce myself. I'll do that here in the middle of the video. My name is Fred Weaver. My partner Kevin Kauffman's behind the camera. We're with Group 4610. We're Arizona's premier short sale team. Essentially, guys, it really came to us, Kevin and I, probably about maybe even 6 months ago. It seems like we should have known this a lot sooner, but we probably woke up after closing 100 or 150 short sales and said, you know what? Why are we successful in these short sales more so than these? And we started really just talking around it. And you know, the case can always be made, well, this bank's better than this bank, or you know, this one, the BPO was just great, or whatever the case may be. But as we really looked at the overall picture and a summary of the whole situation, Kevin and I started identifying that what we did, what we accomplished in the first 30 days of the transaction made a huge difference in our success and results with that particular buyer and that particular contract. And so to us, what we say the first 30 days that we've been talking about is in the first 30 days, you need to fax in your complete short sale package. That looks like the contract, that looks like the HUD, which we will talk about in coming weeks. We've been teasing that one, but that's quite a teaching. That looks like all of the seller's financial documents, okay? So the minute you've got a fully executed contract, you're faxing all that stuff over. It then looks like verifying the package, making sure all those documents are received. Sounds like a really easy task, but a lot of people mess that up. So make sure you go back and watch our video from about 5 to 7 days or so ago, where we actually walked through how somebody can screw that up versus how somebody can really accomplish that in a great period of time. Understand, guys, this is intensive, so meaning that this is not necessarily, hey, I'm going to make a couple calls in the first 30 days, it's going to be great. That doesn't work that way. The first 30 days are intensive, but they're intensive for a reason. After you've got your package verified, it's important to get the BPO ordered or get assigned to a coordinator. Now, you do that by playing detective at the bank, identifying what the bank's process is, and each bank has their own process. So we've been talking the last few weeks about getting your BPO ordered. We haven't really gone into the coordinator. So where we left off with the BPO was identifying what the BPO value was from either the BPO agent or the coordinator themselves. Or if not the coordinator, some rep at the bank. Now, some of you have given us feedback, whether it be publicly on ShortSalePowerHour.com, on Facebook, or we've talked to you recently or dialogued via email, and you said, well, guys, it's not really that easy. So I'm going to stay here for just a minute today. It is not easy, guys. So I want to say that up front. Again, this is a very intensive process the first 30 days. You may have to call 10 or 12 times to the same bank to find out what the value is on your BPO. You might be told the first 11 calls, we're not allowed to give that out, okay? But you're going to have to press through with some outback solutions and look for other ways to identify what the value is. You do not want to be negotiating blindly, as Kevin and I call it, meaning you don't want to proceed further in the transaction not knowing what the bank feels the home is worth. Otherwise, the bank starts throwing counteroffers at you. They start asking for contributions from your seller. They start asking for the buyer to come up with money. They start asking for your real estate commissions to be cut, and they start going after your fees and everything else that's on your HUD. So it's really important that you identify what the BPO value is. Here's the thing. We're going to finish this up tomorrow, but I'm gonna kind of start heading that direction. If you don't like your BPO value, that's going to be the next portion here that we're going to talk about in detail tomorrow. If you don't like the value that the bank has set on the home, the value that the bank is using to make a decision, it doesn't matter how long you have the home listed or all that stuff. They really don't care. Now, yes, it's important, and we will teach on the importance of that. But from a perspective of trying to disagree politely or disagree with success with the bank, you've got to know that there is a way to dispute the value, okay? So part of playing detective at a bank means asking the bank, hey, you know what? Great that that's what you think the value is. I tend to disagree. I have the listing. I'm the realtor that has had this listing for a long time. I'm the realtor that's run the comps on this. I've seen all the showings. I've changed the price on it every other week, and I promise you the home's not worth what you think it is. How do I go about disputing the value, or how do I go about working with you, Mr. Negotiator inside the bank, to determine a better value, a more accurate value? So that would be step one in disputing a value. Every bank, I promise you, has some sort of process. It's going to come from you asking them, though, what their process is so you can work with it. Tomorrow, Kevin and I will go in and talk about some specific situations, some banks we've dealt with, how we've overturned bad BPOs, bad values on BPOs. By the time we get to Friday here in the week, guys, we'll share some of our effed up, or what we like to call forgettable or unforgettable BPO stories, and how we've disputed things. But I hope for today that's kind of caught you up where we're at, but it's also slowed things down for you and given you a summary enough so you got an understanding where we're at. And if nothing else, if you've been watching all the videos all along and you're going, Fred, you didn't tell me anything new, I want you to understand the first 30 days is absolutely critical, and it absolutely does take a lot of time and investment on your part to do it successfully. All right. We are going to end it like we always do. Yesterday we kind of varied from that a little bit, but it's because Kevin was honestly blushing so much that I wanted to get the camera turned off really quickly for his sake. And he's blushing again in the background, but you can't see him. So on three, do it with me. 1, 2, 3. Short Sale Power Hour. Short Sale Power Hour. Crush the BPOs.